Hello everyone. This is part two of this seascapey thing that I kind of just made. So yeah, it was a viewer request that I sort of show the process. So I've done nothing since the last one where I machine stitched down. I'm kind of leaving this here. It's not stitched yet, but I'm leaving it here as a visual reminder that I am going to be putting a fence there. And because of my wonky eyesight, I'm having to use my mat to orientate the fact that it gets a straight line. So that's why I'm leaving it there for now. So the next bits, you can just see here to the side, I've just torn up this baby wipe, which I mopped up grey paint with. I've obviously used it for the sky here. I'm planning to free motion embroider these, so I've just pinned them in place for now so that I don't lose them and they don't get muddled up. I want to reflect in what is essentially the sea some of the sky colours, because obviously you do when you're seeing the sea. Now, because this is going to be a picture, I'm quite happy with the next bit gluing stuff down and then adding stitch if I want to. I think to me it's perfectly acceptable. This is only ever going to be a picture. If I was making it into a cushion or something like that, obviously I would stitch everything and it wouldn't be glued, but this, I am going to do a bit of gluing, and then if I decide that I want to stitch over the top of the bits that I've glued, then I will do. Now, the one thing it is missing is a proper horizon line, so I'm just going to sort of faff around and put stuff on. And I picked up this glue from Lidl's, I think it was. I got it was a set of 3 because I wanted the super glue, but I just thought I'd give this a go. I've no idea what it's like, but it's clear, because I made a mistake when I bought the art glitter glue. I realised I bought the Dries white one, which doesn't always work very well. So I've got my stack of thread off cuts here. I've got my baby wipes. I've torn some of it for where it was more whiter, if you like, for the reason I want to give it a bit of splash, and it'll all make sense in a second. So sorry if my head gets in the way, and yeah, let's get going. So I'm going to leave it in that orientation for you. So I was thinking with the horizon line, I might not talk too much actually. I'm just going to place stuff down and hopefully you'll see why I'm doing what. Again, I'm using the lines on the map because I've got wonky eyesight, so just want to get a clear horizon line in there just for me as opposed to anything else. So right, let's just faff around here. So I want to reflect some of the grey, so I've just torn these strips off, so I'm just gonna fluff them up a bit because I kind of want to get the effect of crashing waves. I'll just place them for a minute and then I think I'll start gluing. You know, in a stormy day, the sea's sort of kicking up and everything, so I'm sorry about the sniffing. I think I'm coming down with a cold, so if I sniff a lot, I do apologise now. I'm not going to apologise anymore. So I want to see that horizon line, but then I don't want to see it, if that makes sense. I just want it there in the background to add a bit of definition there. This probably won't end up this full size. I'll probably chop it down to about that size when it's done, but until it's done, I don't know. Right, okay, so I'm happy with that. So let's try this glue. It might be absolutely rubbish, I don't know. But if it just holds it in place, that'll be fine. If it comes out of the bottle, of course. Just want to get rid of that hard edge there, so I'll bury that under there. Okay. Yeah, so you can see, I don't know if it's picking up, you've got kind of a wispy effect. Let me turn the light on because the sun keeps in and out today, so turn that on and see if that makes any difference. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's a little bit different, but anyway, I'm going to carry on. So, I've got my splashy waves, okay. Might add a little bit more in. This is a little bit whiter. Just trying to get some movement and some reflection of the clouds up here. Okay, that looks good. Right. Okay, yep, that's fine. I want to bring in some, I love the green that you get in the sea, and I think this is like shreds of fabric, because I do a lot of torn ribbons in my junk journaler Etsy shop, and I keep all the strings basically, so I've got to stop them in. My daughter's watched the video and she said, "You don't half them a lot, Mum." I said, well, it's the whole thinking process. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to put a line of glue down here and we'll just lay these threads down. It's a nice sort of greeny blue thing. So you're going to hate me after this because you'll never throw anything away. Desperately trying not to get my hands in the glue, because if I do, it could be a very sticky adventure. Right, I think, let's move my fence out of the way. I don't want you getting stuck down yet. I'll probably hand stitch this on. I think it'll be more effective if I do that. See, I've got glue on my hands now, look. Get off. It's all very suggestive. I mean, you know, it's how you see the sea, if you like. You know, I've seen seascapes done with square blocks, and it works. You know, it's all about how you interpret it. I like to get this sort of jumbled up affair, and I like to leave some of the fibres sticking up as well. I don't just sort of stick everything down hard, because I think that, well, to me it's not, I like a bit of texture in my work. So, sorry, completely doing that off screen. I'm just fluffing up the edges of the torn baby wipe. Just try and separate that again. I just want some very, not that small, just small wispy bits. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. So it just gives that sort of movement where everything's crashing and bashing around, and I love the sea when it's like that. I do like a good stormy sea, especially when you stood safe on land watching it all. It's great. We do get some spectacular storms. We've had some spectacular ones here. I don't suppose people that live close to the coast think they're spectacular, but again, desperately trying not to touch it too much. Don't want to get gluey. It just gives it all a little bit of movement, which hopefully you'll see and agree. Bit of a straight line going on there, don't like that. Let's get rid of that. It's been quite a short one actually, because I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm quite happy with what is going on here. So it'll just be hand stitching and stuff like that now. I think I'll say a little bit of machine stitching on the clouds. And then I'll let that glue dry. And that might be enough actually, it might hold it down enough. Let me have a look through the screen, because sometimes when you look through the camera screen it looks totally different. Okay, yeah, that's okay. I say this will probably be chopped off here, so if you can visualize it there. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I was happy. I really wanted to get the horizon line in because it's just yeah, it's just what I like. So we've got kind of the bridge between land and sea there, so let's take you off. I'm not worried about the fence going straight because, you know, there's not many straight fences around the sea where I am, so look at that. Again, chop it there. I think that'll be quite effective actually. What I might do is stick that down and just in a couple of spaces, and then just put a couple of stitches in just to hold it. Doesn't need much, it's very lightweight, this fabric. It's came out of a sample book. I think I told you yonks ago I bought about 9 of them. Oh, lordy, so much fabric. And I'm gradually working my way through the fabrics that I got off those. So yeah, I'm not going to do a dead straight line. I think I've decided. Let me have a look, see if I like that. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So as I say, it's going to be, you know, if you can visualise the fact that it's chopped off there-ish, and then yeah, so that kind of reflects the colour of the sky, so that's good. Might put some more here actually. It's looking a little bit. Let's put a touch more there. Although I like the wispy bits, it's yeah, it's giving it a bit more movement. Swirly old sea, lovely. Okay, right, so I need to let that all dry now. And my vision is to do some tall grasses coming up here. I'll give you a rough idea. I mean, they're not going to be done with this, they'll be done with stitch, but I'm going to kind of, they'll be right in the foreground, so there'll be tall grasses coming up here, okay, just to give the whole thing some depth and height and what have you, and whatever other la-di-da things you want to call it. Let's put a darker one on, you might see it then. So yeah, I'll be doing stitching. I don't know if you can, hang on, let me get a little bit closer for you. Yeah, so I'll be doing some hand stitching like this, so the plants will be right in the foreground, and then it just gives it all a nice bit of depth. So there we are. Okay, so that's stage 2. It is all just about faffing, putting stuff down. As I say, I shred up the mop-up cloths from when I'm doing inks and things, so I keep those in a separate box. Which is those there, okay, as I say, and they die cut beautifully. If you've got a Sizzix machine, make lovely flower corsage type things with them and that, and yeah, and as I say, the shredded bits of fabric and threads and cotton reels that have decided to you know, run out, what have you. So yeah, there we are. I'll stop rambling on. So that's stage 2. I'm going to wait for all the glue to dry, then I'll do the stitching, and then I'll do the free motion embroidery on here. I need to get rid of that straight line, that is bugging me. And then so I'll sort of carry the sky across there maybe. I don't know, I haven't really sort of overthought it at the moment. So Anyway, that's stage 2. Thank you very much. Bye.